Did you know that the financial landscape for millions of Americans is about to shift in 2025? Imagine opening your bank account and seeing a bigger deposit from Social Security, knowing that long overdue fairness in payments is finally being addressed. What would that extra money mean for you? Maybe it's peace of mind, the ability to cover unexpected expenses, or simply enjoying life a little more. And it's not just Social Security. Big changes are coming to Medicare, SNAP benefits, and even how fairness is defined in government programs. This is more than just a set of updates. It's a moment of transformation, and it's happening now. But how did we get here, and what can you expect as these changes unfold? Stick around, and we'll break it all down. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay informed about every critical update impacting your benefits and finances. Let's start with Social Security. This program has been a lifeline for generations of retirees, disabled individuals, and families who've lost loved ones. Yet, it's often been criticized for not keeping up with the times. The good news? 2025 brings one of the most significant increases in Social Security payments in decades, thanks to an extraordinary cost of living adjustment, or COLA. If you've been following the news, you'll know that inflation has been a hot topic. Rising prices for essentials like housing, food, and healthcare have made life increasingly expensive for everyone, but especially for those on fixed incomes. COLA adjustments aim to address this by increasing Social Security payments in line with inflation. For 2025, experts predict a COLA increase of around 8.7%, translating into hundreds of extra dollars for the average recipient. Now, think about what that means in real terms. If you're currently receiving $1,500 a month, an 8.7% increase means an additional $130 each month. Over a year, that's more than $1,500 extra in your pocket. What could you do with that money? Pay down debt? Afford better healthcare? Or maybe take that trip you've always dreamed of? The possibilities are endless, but it also raises an important question. Is COLA enough to truly keep up with the rising cost of living? Many argue that while these increases are helpful, they don't fully address the broader challenges facing Social Security recipients. What do you think? Should the government be doing more to expand benefits beyond just adjusting for inflation? The story of Social Security doesn't end there. The Fairness Act, a piece of legislation that's gained significant traction, could change the game for millions of Americans. Have you ever heard of the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, or the Government Pension Offset, GPO? These policies have long been criticized for unfairly reducing benefits for certain workers, including teachers, firefighters, and public sector employees. Essentially, these individuals pay into Social Security like everyone else, but their benefits are reduced because they also receive pensions from non-Social Security covered jobs. The Fairness Act seeks to eliminate these provisions, ensuring that everyone gets the full benefits they've earned. If passed, this legislation could mean thousands of extra dollars annually for those affected. But here's the catch. It's still up for debate. Will Congress act, or will these inequities persist for another generation? Shifting gears, let's talk about Medicare. If you or someone you love relies on Medicare, you know how crucial it is, not just for seniors, but for younger individuals with disabilities. In 2025, we're looking at some of the most significant reforms in Medicare's history. These changes are driven in part by the Inflation Reduction Act, which includes provisions to cap out-of-pocket prescription drug costs at $2,000 annually. For many, this is a game changer. Imagine no longer having to choose between life-saving medications and basic necessities like rent or groceries. Additionally, insulin costs will be capped at $35 a month, making this essential medication more accessible than ever. But there's more to the story. Medicare Part B premiums, which cover outpatient care, are expected to stabilize after years of increases. This is welcome news for millions who've seen these premiums eat into their monthly budgets. Still, challenges remain. Access to quality care is a growing concern, especially in rural areas where there's a shortage of doctors willing to accept Medicare. How can we ensure that these reforms translate into real improvements in care? And what about the looming question of long-term care? Medicare currently provides limited coverage for nursing homes and home health services, leaving many families struggling to fill the gap. Should this be the next frontier for Medicare reform? Let's not forget about SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which helps millions of Americans put food on the table. In 2025, SNAP benefits are set to increase in response to rising food prices. The USDA uses something called the Thrifty Food Plan to calculate benefits, and this plan has been updated to reflect current food costs. For a family of 4, this could mean an additional $100 or more per month in benefits. While this is undoubtedly good news, it begs the question, is it enough? Food insecurity remains a pressing issue in America, with 1 in 8 households struggling to afford enough to eat. Critics argue that while benefit increases are essential, they don't address deeper problems like low wages and lack of access to affordable, healthy food. To truly understand the significance of these changes, it's important to look back at how these programs have evolved. Social Security was signed into law in 1935 during the Great Depression, providing a safety net for seniors who had little to no income. Over the decades, it's been expanded to include disability benefits and survivor benefits, becoming a cornerstone of financial security for millions. Medicare followed in 1965, revolutionizing healthcare for seniors and paving the way for additional programs like Medicaid and CHIP. SNAP, originally known as the Food Stamp Program, began in the 1960s as a way to combat hunger. These programs represent a social contract, a commitment to ensure that no one is left behind. But as times change, so too must these programs. Are they keeping up with the needs of today's society, or are they stuck in the past? As we look ahead, there are reasons to be optimistic but also cautious. Advocacy plays a crucial role in driving these changes. Over the years, grassroots movements have been instrumental in pushing for reforms like COLA adjustments, Medicare drug price caps, and expanded SNAP benefits. Ordinary people writing letters, attending rallies, and voting have made their voices heard. But there's still work to be done. How can you get involved? Whether it's signing a petition, contacting your representatives, or simply staying informed, every action makes a difference. At the same time, there are challenges to consider. Funding these programs requires significant resources, and there's an ongoing debate about how to balance the budget while expanding benefits. Some propose higher taxes on the wealthy, while others suggest cutting spending in other areas. What do you think is the right approach? Should we prioritize expanding benefits, even if it means higher taxes, or should we focus on making existing programs more efficient? As we wrap up this discussion, it's clear that 2025 is a year of transformation. From larger Social Security checks to groundbreaking Medicare reforms and enhanced SNAP benefits, these changes have the potential to improve millions of lives. But with these opportunities come questions about fairness, sustainability, and the role of government in ensuring economic security. What's your take? Are these changes enough, or is there still more to be done? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this information valuable, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your community, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Your voice matters, and together, we can build a brighter future for everyone.